Hey guys, this is Ken Sr. I'm sitting at the Maryland Welcome Center. If you've been following our vlog and our journey, you know that our last stop and the pinnacle of the trip was scheduled to be at the Wheels Through Time Museum in Maggie Valley, North Carolina with Matt. Unfortunately, I got a call Monday night that Dale had taken a turn for worse, and we got news yesterday morning that he had passed away. I'm sad to report. Too early. He was, I think, 69 years old, but he lived a life. He lived more years than most people. And going through the posts that Wheels Through Time put up, some of the notes from people, it just blew me away. He was described as a legacy, an inspiration, and he's a true champion for our motorcycle family, and also as a human Bible of motorcycle knowledge. And one of the things I think that touched me most is somebody had commented how they took their kids to his museum, and he took the time to ride them around in his sidecar rig and spent some time with the kids. And he whispered to the kids at the end of the day, he said to them something that really struck a chord with me. He said to these little kids, when you leave your footprint in the sands of time, make sure you're wearing your work boots. And Dale worked hard. He was a machine. He had a Harley Davidson dealership. He built the museum from scratch with his friends and family. And I'd like to think, though, that he never worked a day in his life because he was doing what he truly loved. He was an absolutely obsessed with motorcycles, as I am, and most of you guys and gals watching this. As you know, he owned Mount Vernon Harley Davidson dealership for many years and invested a lot of his time and money in the last 20 years into the museum. They're world renowned. They've had a history TV special. They've got a YouTube channel, and I've had some people in the industry say to me, is the museum still open? Well, you need to go to their YouTube channel and you'll see that his son, Matt, is a phenomenal motorcycle aficionado and has trained by his dad's side and been around these vintage motorcycles for a long time and is one of the best spoken people I've heard or seen in front of a camera about vintage motorcycles. And he knows how to start and run all the best of the best. There's one video he sent me when I talked to him the other day about the Traub motorcycle. Check that out, Traub. And one of a Harley Davidson hill climber. Watch some of his videos. You'll see that his dad, Dale, had spent a lifetime teaching his son the finer things about motorcycling and vintage motorcycles. I'd like to say that I think Dale ignited the fire and fanned the flames of a generation of vintage motorcycle lovers and passed it on to the next generation, which is one of the best things you can do with something you love, is teach the next generation. And Dale spent a lot of time doing that. He had a lot of lifelong friends, countless sidecar stories. I read about people coming to the museum and him giving rides in the sidecar. And I heard some say he's never too busy to stop and talk. It made everybody feel like a friend before they left. So, and a lot of people said they always departed feeling better after seeing him. You couldn't ask for a better ambassador for the sport. One of the many things I respected and admired about Dale, to me, he was a hero. You know, with the museum, the TV show, everything he's accomplished, inspired me to do what I'm doing now. And I can only imagine how many. There were thousands of people that commented on the Wheels Through Time post, thousands. And how many thousands more don't even know he's passed away yet, and how many people he's touched over the years through his love of motorcycles. And he still had his first motorcycle, the Harley Davidson Trike, that it was his first bike. He still had it, which is awesome. So Dale was a awesome father and husband and friend of the motorcycle industry. And yes, the museum will go on. The family is asked to, rather than send flowers, send donations, checks. They're a 501c3. Go on their Wheels Through Time website. The address is there and the instructions on where to send donations. And that would be the best gift you could give to Dale and Matt, is funds to help them with the continuation of their lifelong journey with the Motorcycle Museum, which is really a gift not only to the town of Maggie Valley, but the state of North Carolina, the country, the United States, and the world. People all over the world benefited from his preservation of motorcycle history and memorabilia and culture. I woke up this morning with a song in my head, and sometimes music inspires me, and it's the Ride Captain Ride song. It goes, ride, Captain, ride on another shore. Be amazed about the friends you have met on your trip. we can laugh our lives away and be free once more. So I lost a little bit of rhythm there, but the point is, amazed about the friends he's made. This guy had friends he didn't even know, like me. He never knew me. I was a fan of his. I watched tons of his videos and modeled our museum somewhat and inspired by his museum, and laugh our lives away. He did. He had a lot of fun. He loved the museum, being around the motorcycles, and now he's free once more. He's in heaven and free of pain and suffering. So he had a 4-year battle with cancer, and I like to think now he's riding in heaven. Sorry for blowing the song, but you guys know I have no rhythm, nor can I dance, so I'll stick to motorcycles. But that song was stuck in my head, and I played it like 3 times this morning. And the part about being amazed about the friends you have met on your trip. He did what he loved to do. Every time we go on a trip, this adventure here, we've met so many cool people, and that's what it's all about. And Dale was a living, breathing example of that. And I think I'm in a unique position to say this, that I think Dale having Matt there to take over for him put him at ease. The person he loved most and the person that was most like him, his son, is going to take this museum over, and I am 100% confident that Matt will carry this torch of the museum and his love for motorcycles and preserve everything his dad has and he have built, and build upon it and make it better with your support, with my viewers on my channel. If you haven't subscribed to Wheels Through Time, subscribe to their channel, like some of their videos. If you can send them a small donation, even if it's $1 or $5 or $10, continuation fund, it'll take some of the stress off of Matt, and let him know that we're going to be there for him, the motorcycle community, because we are one big family. Matt is an amazing heir to the museum, and you couldn't ask for a better progression. And I talk about it all the time with Junior. I say, when I pass away, this museum is going to be yours. I want you to carry this on. I want my grandkids, I want it to be like the Harley Davidson family, where generations were involved. And I had a computer company. None of the kids wanted to get involved, but my kids want to get involved in the Taylor Jordan, and Kenny, of course, is there. Kenny's there full time. So having someone to take it over motivates you to take it to the next level, because I've seen so many motorcycle nuts that have had their own private museums that passed away, and the family just auctions it off because no one there has a passion for it. For me, that's a really sad thing, and it speaks volumes to me about the kind of guy Dale was, to have the relationship with his son. Not a lot of the father-sons can work together for an entire lifetime and be as close as they were. And Matt is an amazing ambassador and will absolutely fill his dad's shoes, and I'm sure the museum's going to continue to grow with his guidance. So now I'd like to read with you Dale's Wheels Through Time. I'm not sure who wrote this. I would guess it was probably Matt, but it is with heavy hearts that we at Wheels Through Time let you know that our beloved founder, curator, and friend Dale Walksler passed away peacefully with his wife by his side at home on February 3rd, 2021, after a courageous 4-year battle with cancer. In 1967, at the age of 15, Dale built his first motorcycle, sparking a lifelong love affair with American motorcycles and their history. At 22, Dale established a Harley-Davidson franchise in Mount Vernon, Illinois. That's awful young. That's pretty impressive. Dale, that's Kenny's 21. So Dale did this when he was Kenny's age, when Junior's age. It was called Dale's Harley-Davidson. His signal success as a dealer grew to include the decades-long work that would define his life, the creation of the museum we now know as Wheels Through Time. As the museum collection grew, so did Dale's vision for the museum, his reputation, his mechanical and curatorial skills, and a goal of always exceeding expectations of customers and guests. In 2002, Dale opened the Wheels Through Time Museum in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. From humble beginnings in a small Illinois town, one of the world's premier collections of rare and vintage American motorcycles, automobiles, and memorabilia emerged. I'm gonna put a little editorial in there. I think they're very humble in that statement. I believe it is the finest collection of vintage, unobtainable, ultra rare vintage American motorcycles in the world. And as far as I know, it's the only museum that only features American motorcycles besides the Harley Davidson Museum. So he stuck true to his roots, and just an amazing museum. Wheels Through Time became an iconic American institution and known internationally. Those who have visited Wheels Through Time know that Dale's passion was not just something to be observed, but rather experienced. Whether it was listening to his vast knowledge and stories of transportation history, or watching him start a motorcycle, his was a passion that was infectious. It inspired, in many, that same desire to preserve and celebrate American motorcycle history. Like me, I'm living proof here. His genius rested on the latter portion of the Wheels Through Time logo, the museum that runs. In every video I've seen, they start their vintage bikes. Dale was a man of vision, zeal, intensity, imagination, and generosity. He will be deeply missed by his family, friends, and the staff at Wheels Through Time, and as well as by the countless tens of thousands who have visited the museum. Dale's vision was not just one of preserving the past, but was also focused on the future. In that regard, he made great strides to ensure that the museum and his legacy would carry on for generations to come. A celebration of Dale's life will be announced at a later date. At this time, we ask for privacy of the family as they mourn his passing. At Dale's request, in lieu of flowers, please send any donations and condolences to Wheels Through Time, P.O. Box 790, Maggie Valley, North Carolina, 28751. And that was Dale's request of you guys, his fans and supporters. All donations will be dedicated to ensuring the continuance of the legacy that Dale created far into the future and to giving museum visitors historical insight into the vital role that transportation has played in American history. The thrill of hearing the cycles run, coupled with thoughts of riding into the wind, will continue to evoke thoughts of Dale's vibrant spirit and his dream. And he was inducted into the Motorcycle Hall of Fame. Here he is on the front cover of the motorcycle.
Whoops.
There's him on the front cover. Next picture, that's him in the museum. And the next picture, there's one here. That's his first motorcycle right there, the trike. And there's my knobby finger. There's him on a old hardtail. That's him and his wife, a beautiful couple. This is the one that really touched me, and this is I made this my Facebook photo, background photo on my Facebook page, because it shows him and his son, best friends, doing what they love to do together in front of the Evel Knievel bike. Evel Knievel, I'm a huge Evel Knievel fan, and big fan of what Dale and Matt have created. There's him in front of a barn. There's him with his friends in front of the museum. That's him and his wife at the race of the century, where they raced 100-year-old motorcycles cross country, and he won. Of course, so that's kind of a cool story too. There's one with his extended family. That's it. Check out Wheels Through Time. Send a donation. Say a prayer for him and his family. And do your own part. Get out there. Fire up your old motorcycle today, or your new motorcycle. Get in the wind. Because as I always say, you never see motorcycles in front of a psychologist's office. The great freedom machine. I hope in some small way I did justice to honoring Dale and Matt and their commitment preserving motorcycle culture and history. And I will make it down. This is on my bucket list. I want to go to Wheels Through Time. I was supposed to be there Monday with Matt, but that's going to be rescheduled. Maybe when I go down for Bike Week, it'd be awesome to do a video with him, and you guys can meet the future of the Wheels Through Time Museum, which is absolutely Matt, and he's going to take it to the next level, I promise you. Thank you for watching, and as always, God bless America.